Rat King.
Rat King is an ever-changing character with a long history in Ninja Turtles. He first appeared in issue number 4 of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Probably the only thing consistent about him is the fact that he can control rats in one way or another, and he's usually a pretty chaotic character. In his debut story, he lives in a factory and feeds the rats there and declares himself the king of them, and also considers himself a monster. He tries to feed the turtles to his rats, but then they knock him off of a high wall and he falls to his death in a pit. Decades later, in the 2000s, they would return to this character in Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2, and they would make him a member of a pantheon of gods that are gods of different animals. Rewinding it back to the 80s now, in the 87 cartoon, he ended up being a crazy vagrant that could control rats by playing a flute, but then the flute kind of just disappeared and he just kind of had control of rats. And he's just kind of a chaotic guy. His story from Tales of the TMNT, I Monster, would later be reworked in the 2003 series to make him originally be one of Bishop's Slayer bots. They're clones of him that also have DNA of mutants and other things inside of them. They're supposed to be the next race of humans. He has no memories. He ends up living in an abandoned factory and befriending the rats. Then the turtles, end up finding him there and pushing him off a wall. It's very similar to the I Monster story, just with some tweaks. In the 2012 series, he's an unscrupulous scientist named Victor Falco, who in a crazy lab accident ends up getting telepathic control over rats. The IDW comics reintroduced the idea of the pantheon. Instead of being gods of animals, though, each member is just kind of a family of demigods. Rat King is an agent of chaos that just loves causing troubles and making problems, and that usually ends up becoming an issue for the turtles. For more turtle power, check out our podcast, Ninja Turtle Power Hour.